With 90 minutes to live and no escape or memory as to how she entered inside a cryogenic chamber, a woman has to make quick decisions to get out alive. Thunders are rumbling outside. Inside, in a dark room, a monitor beeps. The monitor is attached to a human body through many wires. The human body is wrapped in plastic. Scientists are experimenting on the human body as well as on a rat that soon dies. The human body gasps loudly and the monitor beeps loudly. The body is trying to breathe freely and get out of the straps that restrict free movement. The body successfully breaks the plastic wrapped around her mouth. The body belongs to a woman. The woman then gets her hand out of the plastic. She takes the needle attached to her wrist out while wailing. The last memory the woman has is being taken inside the hospital. All the doctors have their blue protection vests on while the walls of the hospital are wrapped in plastic. When the needle is off her hand starts to bleed. After the needle, she proceeds with the wires attached to her hand. When both her hands are free, she tears off the plastic from her body. She then proceeds to touch her head. On her head, she finds a machine. She hastily removes it. As soon as she removes it, all the wires attached to the body fall off, and her movement is no longer restricted. She taps around and finds that she is inside a box. The box is an airtight medical cryogenic unit. The lights turn on. The woman is surrounded by machines. A male voice suddenly mentions that due to the system failure, the oxygen level is dropping. The woman asks who she is and where she is. The male voice is an advanced AI that assists her. It introduces itself as Medical Interface Liaison Operator, Milo in short. Milo tells her that his main purpose is to answer all medical questions asked by the woman. The woman gets restless. She asks Milo how she got here and who did it to her as she does not remember anything from before. Milo feels the woman is agitated. He asks her whether she would like a sedative, but the woman declines. All she wants is to get out of the place. She asks him to get her out. Milo politely declines. Milo asks whether she would like to get a progress report. The woman says yes. Milo informs her that she is inside a medical cryogenic unit. On hearing this, the woman gets a flashback again where she finds herself in the hospital with many people around her. She panics and starts to call for help. She also tries to open the unit but to no avail. The oxygen level is now 34%. When the woman starts to panic, she tries to calm herself by thinking of her happy place. She imagines herself in the woods with a small house and a swing outside it. A small happy family is living in the house. She also imagines quick glimpses of rats and a maze. She opens her eyes and asks Milo to tell her who she is. Milo identifies the woman as a bioform Omicron 267. When the woman asks him to specify, he repeats the same thing. The woman sarcastically thanks Milo for the help. While she is lost in her thoughts about the woods, Milo informs that the oxygen level is now 33%. He suggests the woman reduce the consumption of oxygen level to delay asphyxiation. She panics when she thinks of what will happen when there will be no oxygen left. She compares herself to a dead rat that she thinks about the worst. She gets a glimpse from her memory where she sees many scientists experimenting on rats and the rats dying in the end. The woman asks Milo to check her medical history as she wishes to know what is wrong with her. After searching for them, Milo says that the medical reports are unavailable. She then desperately pleads with Milo to get her out of there. Milo refuses to do so without an administrator code. She uses Milo to transmit outside the pod and call for help. The call connects her to the authorities. A man is on the other side of the line. The woman narrates everything. At first, the officer thinks the woman is pranking him, but when she starts to cry and panic, the officer helps her. The officer tries to track the call while she panics. The woman also provides him with the Cryos unit model and the serial number which she found printed inside the interiors. While transmitting the call to the superior, the call drops. After the call drops, the woman asks Milo to perform a DNA search for Omicron 267. Milo follows. He finds a DNA match and presents the photos of the match. While going through the photos, the woman realizes that her name is Elizabeth Hansen and that she is a cryogenic doctor herself. As soon as she says the word Elizabeth aloud, she links it with the nickname Liz. While thinking about it, Liz hears movements outside the unit. She soon starts to call for help. Milo informs about an incoming call. The call is from Captain Morrow, who is the head of the Science and Technology Department. Liz introduces herself. After a few disturbances, Captain Morrow asks Liz about her oxygen level. Liz tells him that it is at 31%. When Liz asks Milo how long the 31% oxygen level will help her survive, Milo tells her she has 72 minutes, adding that if she continues to hyperventilate and panic, the oxygen level will only last for 43 minutes. Liz thinks Captain Morrow is hiding something from her. Captain Morrow tells her that when they contacted the manufacturer informed them that the particular unit was destroyed 3 years ago. Liz panics again. On asking, Milo tells her that she is not sick, adding that according to his estimate, Liz will live till she is 82 years old. Liz chants, "I am not sick," while Captain Morrow continues to ask her to stop panicking. Milo alerts Liz of her increased blood pressure. Captain Morrow calms her down as he asks her to focus on what he is saying. After she is calm, Captain Morrow promises Liz that he will get her out of the cryogenic pod as soon as possible. He then informs Liz that he has men finding information about her to help her. Liz tells him that she needs codes to open the pod. Captain Morrow is confused as he does not know about any codes, adding that he will try his best. Liz asks how long they will take. Captain Morrow does not know as it is 2 in the morning and people are not so helpful. The connection is lost again. Liz asks Milo to try to call Captain Morrow again. She hysterically starts to cry. Milo tells Liz that the oxygen level has fallen to 29% and the survival chance is 0% at the moment. A computerized hand opens up from a corner with a sedative in its hand. Liz panics and asks Milo to stop the computerized hand. Liz breaks it just as it is about to sedate her. Milo warns her of the European law for deliberate damage to the machine. Liz calms down. The oxygen level drops to 23%. Liz imagines a man working on a particular machine. She commands Milo to help her find out more about herself. She learns that she is married to someone but fails to learn his name. On finding it, she gets her husband's name. It is Leo Ferguso, and she asks Milo to access her social media from where she finds Leo's number. Liz asks Milo to dial the number. A woman picks the phone up. Liz demands the woman on the other line let her speak to her husband, but the woman is confused, and in the end, she hangs up. Liz is now desperate to leave the pod. The oxygen level continues to drop. Liz starts to hallucinate things. She thinks she saw a rat inside the pod and panics. Flashbacks from her memories of rats haunt her. In desperation, she tries to open the pod. As soon as she does, she receives an electric shock. Liz cries in pain. Liz then calms down. When she is almost asleep, Milo informs Liz about another incoming call she is receiving. On picking it up, she finds it is Captain Morrow again. Captain Morrow tells her that they have found her and that soon they will find the codes that will help her get out of the pod. Liz stays quiet. After a while, she asks Captain Morrow if something is wrong. Milo tells her that the oxygen level is now 17%. Liz tells Captain Morrow that she does not have time. She also tells him that she has been seeing pictures for a while now. Captain Morrow tells her that the pictures are a form of a psychotic episode she is having due to isolation. He adds that prisoners at war go through the same thing. Liz realized that earlier when she tried to call Captain Morrow, Milo informed her that the number was unavailable. She is left confused as to how Captain Morrow can contact her easily. Captain Morrow tries to explain to her that it is because he kept trying to call her. She does not trust him and injects herself with that to help her get her memory back. There, she sees a man. Through her memories, she finds out that her husband's name is Leo Ferguso. At first, Milo could not find anything about Ferguso. Captain Morrow thinks Liz is hallucinating. Liz rejects his claims, stating that she talked to a woman on the other side and that she is sure of it. The oxygen level is 15% now. Liz continues to tell Captain Morrow to find Leo. In the background, Liz hears Captain Morrow talk to someone. When she confronts him about it, Captain Morrow lies, saying she is hearing things. Liz does not believe him and she hangs up. The unknown woman from before was called Liz. On the call, she informs Liz that her husband is dead. To help her, the unknown woman provides Liz with the administrator code to open the pod. Liz is happy when she receives the code. Before one of them can cut the call, the unknown woman tells Liz to not open the pod or else she will die. Liz does not follow. She gives the administrator code to Milo to open the pod. Just as the pod is about to open completely, Liz stops when she hears the unknown woman begging for her to stop and listen to her. Liz follows. The unknown woman asks her to turn the centrifuge off. Liz listens to her directions and turns the centrifuge off. As soon as she turns the centrifuge off, Liz begins to float without gravity. The unknown woman explains everything to her. She reveals that Liz has been placed into a hypersleep for a 34-year-long journey. The 34-year-long journey is through 14 light-year distant planets. Liz's secret mission is to travel to a new planet as mankind will be extinct shortly due to a deadly virus. The reason behind her husband's demise is the deadly virus. Liz is heartbroken. She concludes that her awakening is because of the process being overheated. She realizes that she has to divert the functions of the processor to another processor assigned to non-essential function. Initially, the plan fails since the data exceeds capacity. The oxygen level continues to fall. At one time, Liz decides to eliminate herself by opening the door of the pod. Liz learns that her husband Leo is also in hypersleep in a damaged spaceship. With him, there are nearly 10,000 others. She notices that her husband lacks a scar he had on his forehead before. Liz finds a video presented by an elderly version of her. When she plays it, she learns that she is a genetic clone and that the original Elizabeth Hansen's personalities and memories are implanted in her. Memories of Leo are also included. The unknown woman that Liz has been talking to all this while is the original Elizabeth Hansen, who is now older. Milo activates a euthanasia protocol as there is a non-existent chance of survival. Liz's clone manages to deactivate it before it is too late. She then successfully diverts the functions of the processor, after which she is put back in hypersleep. In the end, Leo and Liz reunite. They are on a new planet together. They smile while embracing each other.